Good, good morning, y'all. Yeah, good morning, y'all. But I know this isn't my regular videos. Right? I know this isn't my original videos that I shot before about my comic books and stuff. About my comic books and stuff. But I feel like shooting this one today. I feel like shooting. I feel like this is but this is a mess. This is a mess. This is a message video about what's been going on. About what's been going on with the Austin Dillon with the Austin Dillon incident that happened at Richmond. That happened that happened in the fall race at Richmond this year. Austin Dillon. See, Austin Dillon has driven in the Sprint Cup Series since 2018. But actually, he's been in the Sprint Cup Series since 2015 during Jeff Gordon's final year in the Sprint Cup Series. He's been driving Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s iconic number 3, and I'm glad he brought the 3 car back because Dale Earnhardt is one of my all-time favorite drivers besides Jeff Gordon. I was really happy that he brought that car back, and I was really happy that he won the Daytona 500 with that car in 2018. Even though he ran it in a dirty way, but that's exactly. But if Dale Earnhardt was still alive, he wouldn't have won the Daytona 500 in a dirty way too. Not his first win, but what if he got in the second win in the Great American Race? He probably would have done it in a dirty way. But a couple of weeks ago at Richmond, Austin Dillon intentionally wrecked 2 drivers to win that race at Richmond. He wrecked Joey Logano and he wrecked Denny Hamlin. He didn't do it by accident. Austin Dillon he intentionally wrecked Joey Logano and he intentionally wrecked Denny Hamlin. And they were within the car length away from Austin Dillon. In the final turn, he wrecked in the final turn at Richmond. Then it didn't take the sanctioning body. It didn't take NASCAR until Wednesday, until 2 days later after the race, to finally issue a penalty to Austin Dillon for intentionally wrecking those 2 drivers. Austin Dillon's win doesn't count for playoff eligibility. He is now out of the playoffs, even though he has to win because of that penalty he received at Richmond. Joey Logano also got penalized, even though for doing a burnout on pit road with people that were present in pit road. Do I blame it all on Austin Dillon? I don't blame it. I don't blame all of it on Austin Dillon, and I do not blame Joey Logano for getting upset. But one thing I really would love to get for the one thing I can't. The one reason why I decided to shoot this video right now is that I am not happy. I've been a racing fan for not as a person, as a race. I'm talking about as a racing fan myself. I am not happy. I am not happy. I don't think I'm going to be happy about the reason why I'm not happy right now. It's because of the 16. It's because the dumb lack. It's because of the dumb elimination style 16 driver format known as the playoffs. The NASCAR playoffs. 16 drivers elimination style. 3 races. Three races. We start off with 16. The playoff format start off with 16 drivers, and after 3 races, it gets cut down to 12 drivers. Then it gets down to 8 drivers, and then the final race at Phoenix, it gets cut down to the final 4. Does racing need? Then do I like the playoffs? The answer is no. I don't like the playoffs. I cannot stand the NASCAR playoffs. The reason why I can't stand them, I can't stand the playoffs, because it's lacking because those 16 because that format literally lacks legitimacy to the sport. It lacks legitimacy. It really does. Ever since it was established in 2014, it has literally screwed drivers. You had good seasons out of championships. Jeff Gordon, 2014 season was a swan. Jeff Gordon's 2016 season, 2014 season. He had a great season that season. He won tracks that he hardly ever won. He won at Kansas. He won the spring race at Kansas. He won the fall race at Dover. He won the Brickyard 400 in 2014. He won the fall race. He won the August race at Michigan. Jeff Gordon had a monumental season that season. Until he was screwed by the 16 driver elimination style format. But Brad Keselowski, out of desperation, and it was really good racing too at that race at Texas. When Brad Keselowski rubbed my favorite driver, and I am a Jeff Gordon fan. When Brad Keselowski rubbed Jeff Gordon coming into turn 1 at Texas with just a handful of laps to go, and then a lap later, he blew a tire. Yeah, Jeff blew a tire, and he spun out, literally costing them the championship. And do I blame Jeff for being upset? I don't blame him at all, and I don't blame him for wanting to beat up Brad Keselowski. He and his crew, in pit road, wanted to beat up Brad Keselowski in there after that race was concluded. But the one driver that really was screwed, the two drivers that really were screwed out of the playoffs were Carl Edwards, the ultimate NASCAR screw job, because of that format, was Carl Edwards in the 2016 season. Carl Edwards really wanted that first championship, and we thought he had it at Homestead at that last race at Homestead, until Dylan Lefted blew a tire, bringing out a caution. He was out of the racing service, but NASCAR threw the caution anyway, bunching the field back up. And then when that restart happened, there was a huge crash with 13 laps to go. Carl Edwards was in the worst of it. And that literally cost Carl Edwards the 2016 championship. Jimmy Johnson would take home that championship that year, and it would be his 7th championship. 2014 almost saw a winless champion in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. A system that was specifically designed for winning. A system that was specifically designed for winning almost gave the Sprint Cup Series its first winless champion. Ryan Newman made it to the Final Four in 2014, and he didn't even win a single race that year in 2014. And he still made it. And he still made it in the Final Four. That's telling you in 20 and we did, and there was a winless champion because of because of the format in the truck series. Matt Crafton won a championship because of that format, and he did not win a single race that season. He won a championship, his second championship. Matt Crafton did not win a single race in the point system that was specifically designed for winning. Matt Kenseth, 2015, was having a great season in 2015. And this Matt Crafton and Ryan Newman, drivers getting screwed. Drivers who had great seasons getting screwed out of championships. 2020, Kevin Harvick was having a monumental season, almost like a Jeff Gordon domination season that Jeff Gordon had in 1998. Kevin Harvick literally dominated the 2020 season until this format, until he was screwed by this format. He was screwed not once but twice, not once but three, but different occasions because of that format. The first he was screwed is because it happened at Texas Motor Speedway. NASCAR didn't throw a caution, and it was already raining at Texas. And then in 2020, and then at Martinsville, Kevin Harvick was in a desperate situation, intentionally spinning out Kyle Busch and then wrecking himself, eliminated from the playoffs after a great season, a great monumental season that Kevin Harvick had, and he walks out with no championship. And Kevin Harvick once said, "It is not the fans that despise that. It was not some of the fans that despise the playoffs. Some of the drivers dislike the playoffs as well, including Kevin Harvick." Kevin Harvick gave his statement about this format, that the championship isn't what Petty wasn't. The championship is not like what Petty and Earnhardt used to race in. And I agree with Kevin Harvick. It is not the format. The championship is not like with Gordon. It's not like with Gordon. It's not like with Earnhardt. It's not like what Petty used to win. And he said in himself he'd rather go out there and win races instead of win a championship. Which is a wake-up call. This format is a gimmick. It's a gimmicky mess. It screws drivers. It screwed countless drivers out of championships. Drivers who had monumental seasons. Drivers who had great seasons. Drivers who had great average finishes. You had dominating seasons. You had dominating seasons all year. Walks out for no championship. That, my friend, is a huge problem. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem, and that's one of the reasons why I dislike the playoffs. The 16 style format is a screw job.